Yeah, it's just been confirmed to me now that he is in the UK now, Rasmus Højlund. He started his medical with Manchester United ahead of that move from Atalanta, which I'll remind you of is worth £72 million potentially. United will pay Atalanta £64 million up front, plus £8 million in performance-related add-ons. And I'm sure, I know there's been a lot of conjecture about the size of this fee, but if Manchester United end up paying £72 million, I think they'll be delighted. Because
that's a lot of money for potential. But that's all he is.
But what I'm saying is if they pay £72 million, then that will be the £64 million plus the £8 million in add-ons. And if that gets paid, that means that Rasmus Højlund will have achieved the ambitions that were agreed between the two clubs. So we could be talking appearances, we could be talking goals, we could be talking trophies as well. So if that all materialises,
it's a big if there.
Of course,
he's being linked with Haaland because his name sounds a bit like Haaland, and he's Scandinavian, and also he's quick. It's like, well, hang on a second, 72 million is a lot of money.
Of course,
for
it is
potential.
Of course, it is. But I think that Manchester United fans who are questioning whether this is too much money, once they continue talking about it, and I've spoken to United fans about this, they will always come back to, well, look, it seems to be Erik ten Hag's choice. And what Erik ten Hag has done since he's come to the football club, a lot of his signings have been players that he knows and that he wants. And they've come in. And what has Erik ten Hag done since he's become Manchester United manager? He's got them back into the Champions League with a third-place finish in his first season back in the Premier League, which some would have thought was unimaginable considering the state United were in when he took over, and even 2 games into his reign, and he won them a trophy as well. So this is off the back of the signings that Manchester United have made. So
they could have gone for Harry Kane. Why didn't they go for Harry Kane?
Well, because we've heard that Tottenham Hotspur do not want to sell to a Premier League rival.
But Spurs are getting pushed into a corner here, as we've said already.
But we've always said that Tottenham do not want to sell to a Premier League rival in this transfer window. Yes, that opens up the risk of them losing him for free to a Premier League rival next summer, but that's why they're keeping their dialogue open with Bayern Munich. And if you're thinking about what Tottenham would be charging Bayern Munich, for example, are you seriously telling me that if they were to sell to a Premier League rival, they'd get the same price as Bayern Munich?
I think it'd be 50 million more. Think it like on top of my head. Tottenham would not want to sell to a Premier League rival, and Daniel Levy deems them a rival. You know, if you remember Alex Ferguson said in his book, you know how painful some of the negotiations were, because in the end they did get Berbatov off Tottenham. He did a great job. Manchester United got Michael Carrick, and what a fantastic career he had. Probably one of the most underrated midfielders, but Spurs do not want to sell him to a rival.
And Manchester United are so aware of financial fair play regulations. Yeah. So the transfer fee is one thing, the wages are going to be completely another. What wages would Harry Kane demand, and how would that impact Manchester United trying to comply with financial fair play rules? This is the information that I've been getting why this deal couldn't happen, let alone the fact that Tottenham are not going to countenance a transfer to a Premier League rival, let alone to Manchester United. So on Højlund, once that medical is done, he's expected to formalise the contract. We were told the contract is a 5-year deal, plus the option of a further year. And a formal announcement on this deal could come as soon as this week, because this is accelerating now. And if you think about what's happening this weekend, Manchester United have got 2 more pre-season friendlies before the season begins. They'll probably have 2 different squads for those 2 games. If they can get all of this sorted, who's to say that Højlund couldn't feature in one of these 2 games? They've got Lyon on Saturday and they've got Athletic Bilbao on Sunday. And 2 weeks yesterday, they kick off their Premier League season on the Monday Night Football against Wolves. If they can get all of this done and get him up and running in training and perhaps in a pre-season game, we may yet see him in the opening game of the season.